your hair or wiggers go one shade darker for your beard. So for Nick, I've got my nice solid black. And all that you have to basically do is take it, always dab away the excess somewhere. I love this costume. Always dab away the excess first, and then just lightly start to dab it, and you start to get that amazing, amazing stubble effect. And the thing that we found when Kelly started doing Will Graham is one of the best things you can do is brush it downwards. And oh, it looks more than just stubble. It starts to get a couple of days growth on it as well, and it's amazing. And the things that you can achieve with this, I do all the chest hair with it, all the face, everything. And as a rule, what I've generally found over time, this is all just advice of what I've discovered over time, do it heavier along the jawline. I used to say to people, start at the cheekbones, work your way down. I don't say that anymore. I now say, start at your jawline, follow it all the way down, and really make it the darkest part, because then it makes your face look stronger. It takes away that soft edge to it. So yeah, follow your jawline all the way, and then lightly get lighter as you travel up towards the cheekbone. Be careful not to apply too much. The amount of times I've done too much and it's just become a big black blobby mess on my face. So yeah, really, really be light on it. You can always build on it, but just do it lightly at first. That's the best advice I can give there. So if you have any questions at any point, please do feel free to ask. But yeah. Goatee. Ah, there we are. That's the thing I'm missing here. Crepe wool. Has anyone heard of crepe wool?
Yep.
Crepe wool, another gift to cosplays. It comes in every colour, every shade, everything you can ever imagine. You could make another rainbow on your face if you wanted to have a goatee as this stuff. It comes in a reel, and you can then tease it out, and it's what I make my gambit goatee with. That's when I wasn't very good at doing it, in fact. That was me, I just kind of got some and went, I'm sure this isn't how you're meant to do it. So instead, what you have to do is you have to layer it in exactly the same rule of starting at the chin and working your way up. Start at the chin line, work your way up, and that is how I create Thorin's beard. Thorin's beard is 100% crepe wool. That takes me about an hour and a half to put on. And I use a thing called Prozaid, which is incredible. If you saw us last night at Cecil and Carlos, I had the eye stuck to my head, that was Prozaid. Kelly's prosthetic was all Prozaid. My gambit mask was Prozaid. Prozaid is amazing. My Loki wig gets held onto my hairline with Prozaid, doesn't like to come off. Kelly was sat with me in the bath crying over my feet, picking Prozaid out my hair last night. Yeah, there's the beard.
There's several beards, actually.
Several beards. Oh yeah, Feely's beard is also...
This is the most impressive beard.
Yeah, that's the single most impressive. That's yak hair, though.
Yak hair.
Yak hair.
Yeah. And that's a completely set-alone piece that she glues onto her face, so heavy as well. I think Gandalf's beard is crepe wool as well.
Yep.
Yeah, crepe wool. Crepe wool is amazing. And if you get like really too close sort of shades, but just one after the other, you can roll it together and it will get this wonderful gradient going on as well. I shouldn't get so excited over crepe wool and stiff wool sponges, but I do get very, very excited. Right, now, makeup. These makeup stores you can find absolutely anywhere, but there is one more golden rule. Get yourself a primer, a lip primer, just like the face primer, and get yourself some skin-coloured grease paint or lipstick or anything and put it on your lips. You would not believe the transformation when you peach out your lips and get rid of that rosy, kissable look. You would not believe the difference it makes. Kelly and I will be getting ready to go out and we'll look in the mirror and go, something's not right. The moment you put that on and pale out your lips, bang, it all falls into place. It looks very, very, very different. It's because you're detracting, the way you're doing this is you're detracting attention from what you do not want them to see and putting focus on what you want people to see. So you want them to see the angles, the smaller eyes, the stronger nose, everything like that. But it's not all about the makeup, it is obviously about how you hold yourself, how you present yourself as well. And it's even down to your facial expression, because if every time someone, come here, asks for a picture of us as Nick and Ellis with our faces this time, we're just doing faces, not bodies. Oh. So yeah, so just faces. So you do your masculine poses, and then you get your face, and you're just like. If you do that, and open your eyes as big as you can, and try and look as cute as you can, it can be. But then if you bring your eyebrows down, and you just make yourself more like that. I mean, obviously, I'm not saying that men are miserable. Like this one isn't a miserable man. But it is about making, you can physically make your eyes smaller. You can bring your features in. Something I learned as a tip, which was incredible, was they said a way to accentuate your jawline is when you take a photo, do that and then just pop your jaw forward as well. Just doing that, going from that to popping your jaw forward. People may have noticed when they took photos of me as Loki, and I was always like, yeah, sure. Just doing that will make your whole jawline come forward away from you, and it will make your face look thinner and more angular. So yeah, that's some of the other advice that I've been picked up while I'm searching the internet late at night. And apart from that, it's just really just about presenting yourself, so having your legs apart rather than that.
Someone said, literally, pretend you have a penis between your legs, and suddenly you won't be standing like that anymore. I was like, oh yeah. Some people even do stuff because it makes you feel like you've got something there, so shove a bunch of socks down your front and you'll feel what it actually is like to have some junk.
And also, if you pop your hips forward when you do it as well, and then it's just a jump to the left.
Then a step to the right.
Yeah, also bring your hips forward, and then you're less likely to sway your hips, because it's the problem I have when I'm Loki. Kelly always tells me, especially when I walk upstairs and I get that real. Kelly's like, oh, the evil.
It's a Loki that works.
I know, it works for Loki.
Works for Loki, not so much for Nick.
Not so much for Nick. And if you really don't know what to do with your hands, because your hands can sometimes seriously give away that you are not male, because they'll either be too ladylike or too thin, or so if you've got pockets for your hands, just pop them in there, or put them in the belt line, or hide them behind your back, or hold a prop or something.
Hands are my worst part because I have what people call camp wrists, so every time I have a photo and I'm not prepared for it, I do this. Which are apparently my camp wrists. So I have to now do something with my hands to prevent the camp wrists. Hey, do you want a photo? Yeah. Oops.
It's just in general being conscious of your body. So instead of sounding like this, just roll out your shoulders and bring it forward. Yep. Just bringing out your shoulders and bringing out your chest a bit more can really help. Someone a couple of years ago asked us, what do you do when you've got bigger breasts though, and you want to do carrot stuff? Obviously, as a rule, we're not cosplaying Nazis or anything like that. We're not going to say, you should only cosplay.
We're not cosplaying Nazis.
Yeah, next year.
We're not cosplaying Nazis.
Joe Nazis.
We're not cosplaying Nazis, that is true.
Yeah, we'd never say you can't do a character, you shouldn't do a character or whatever. But if you are looking for someone to come up to you and say, wow, you've stepped off the screen, then play to your body type. If you're a large person, do larger characters. Because people are afraid to do larger characters, but you've got it going on for you. It's why I can't do more. I would love to do buffer characters, but I always get played as the skinny psychopaths. So I go for that because I know I can suit it in a body way. Like, yeah, that's the best thing I'd say. And like Charlotte has extremely large breasts, and so what we do to her is we make her cosplay we don't make her, but yeah, we give her the barrel-chested character. So like Thor. So when she binds, it just looks like she's got a big, broad, muscular chest instead, and she looks fantastic.
And there is stuff you can do to try and hide it. Like, obviously, binding can only go so far. Even with me, I'm only a B chest, and sometimes I struggle to get a flat chest. But it's silly things like, instead of holding your hands down there, which is what women usually do, we hold our arms when we cross them as low as possible, move them up a bit. And instead of crossing like that, which is a very tight thing, hold your arms instead. And instantly, as long as you're covering this part where sort of the curve of your boobs would end, if you're covering that in a photo, it takes away the shadow that your boobs would make. And so it can make it look like your chest is that little bit flatter. Yeah.
Yeah. And never
a problem you never had.
And never use face bandages.
Never.
No.
If you're seriously considering doing,
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, if you are a serious cosplayer and you really want to. Yeah, not a serious cosplayer. Serious.
If you've got to use them, because obviously some people don't have the money to buy like $50 binders, which is fair enough. If they are really your only option, you have to use them. The problem a lot of people do is when they put them on is they're breathing normally, and if your chest is already at its lowest point when you've exhaled, you're going to wrap a stretchy bandage around that, and the bandage is going to constrict when you're breathing. So when you're doing it, intentionally puff your chest out, bind, and then let your chest go back in, because then you've got that little bit of breathing space. But generally, if you're not used to doing it, try and avoid doing it.
I'd like to make a point about cosplayers who go on to the giveaways for binders. Please don't go on to the ones that are for transgender individuals. My husband's actually lost out on getting binders on countless times because of that. It's really not fair, and these are individuals that really need them.
Yeah.
Not just for fun, it's for their mental health.
Yeah, it's a logical thing to do. If it's for someone for a medical reason, don't go, well, I'm a cosplayer, I can use that. No, this is something we do for fun. This is something we don't have to do. So if you want to invest in a binder, invest in a binder. Don't take it off someone who genuinely needs it.
Yeah.
I can go to eBay. I have two $10 binders off eBay. And
Make sure you measure yourself properly for them, because I bought one and it doesn't
Also-
fit me to hell.
also, check the country that your binder is coming from, because I ordered from Asian stores and I got a
Yep.
medium binder.
The medium binder I got, and bear in mind I'm the bigger chested person here, won't even fit Jack. We tried to put it on him and it came still was open to about here when we tried to do it up. So yeah, Asian binders, bear in mind Asian people generally stereotypically are a lot smaller than us. So make sure you measure yourself properly for them, don't waste your money.
Me and the person in blue over there made the horrible decision, first time we're coming here to cosplay, that we're gonna not only use ace bandages, but we're gonna use duct tape over the ace bandages. And then I'm gonna go take a shower while she nearly passes
Yeah,
out
I started
before and
hyperventilating
tries to
and
get off
having a
herself.
panic attack, and I'm like rolling on the floor and I can't find the edge, and I'm like
Don't
not smart enough
do
to like
it.
go knock on the
Don't
door and be like, help me. And I can't find scissors, so I'm just like crying on the floor.
Duct tape isn't made for binding, so don't use it.
Yeah, don't use it. It
A lot of
does not
people say to
breathe.
use sports tape as well, and that's generally the thing you see online is, oh, use sports tape, it's made for your skin. I open bound with sports tape, I still have scars from where I tried to get it off and it decided to take the skin off my boobs instead. So, just because someone says it's for your skin, don't just believe it. Try it first. If you're going to use sports tape for open binding, put a little bit of it on when you're not cosplaying and just wear it around for the day and see how easy it is to get off at the end. Because I was in a bath, almost crying for about 2 hours, desperately trying to get this stuff off my body, and it was horrible. I've never done open shirt Tony Stark since then because it's not worth the hassle and the pain and the tears. Just Tony Stark in a bathtub sobbing. Oh, my chest. Again.
Yeah.
Is also with ace bandages, something, because I've used ace bandages before and I can tell you it's horrible, is also make sure to do it at least over one shoulder, or as a woman, it will slip under your boobs and just constrict there and push down your ribs, and it feels
Depends how you do it, because
If you
I do
don't-
it and don't have to strap it, because you strap tighter up here where you breathe less and do it looser as you go
if
down. So mine's just
depending
literally.
on what you're doing, if you run
that.
around too much, it'll slide down and go underneath, and then you can't pull it back.
Yeah,
if you
depends on
undo
how
it,
big your
it's
chest is and
awful.
how you do it. But yeah, generally, most people will breathe from lower in their chest than higher, unless you're really out of breath, then you breathe with your whole lungs. But it's generally easier to try and train yourself as a lazy person. You know, people, when you see people breathing, see the stomach going in and out, that's because you're breathing low in your lungs. So as long as you don't cover the entire area of your chest, so you can't breathe at all, you should be able to still get some breath in you. Generally, if you can't go and run up and down a set of stairs without dying in it, it's not good for wearing all day. Okay, there. Hey.
I did want to make a point real quick about the breathing thing. Coming from a theater background, it's actually healthier to breathe from your diaphragm. You can get a deeper breath, and it will help to prevent passing out as well, the breathing from there.
Which is why corsets need to be trained to be worn, because they stop you breathing from your diaphragm. Yep. Couch. Vampires, we've done that stuff. Obviously, the general paling yourself out is a thing everyone knows, but we've also found that one of the things we always spot on other people and also do on ourselves is just blue veins. They don't have to be really bright or noticeable, but having the blue veins visible really pops and you really notice it.
Yeah.
And obviously then you've got to go for the usual thing of paling out the lips. And we go for really bright eyes as well, because it makes the rest of your face seem paler if your eyes really stand out. Yeah?
Yeah.
Shall I move on and do my bit now?
Well,
Yeah. How long we got?
about 15 minutes.
Ooh! Okay.
You've mentioned diminishing the chest. What would you suggest for diminishing the hips?
This is one to talk to. She's got
Hang on.
Latino blood, so
What was the question?
get rid of your Latino hips.
Oh.
But don't lie.
Yeah, I've got those. I generally try and choose costumes. Like this is a really easy one to hide my hips, because what I do is any costume that bunches, I wear the bunched bit on my hips, because then it makes it look like it's the costume that's making my hips look bigger and not my actual hips. Layering shirts also is a really good thing because it hides the size of your waist. So whereas at the moment I'm wearing one shirt, which is probably not the best thing for me, it clings in and shows where my waist is. If you layer at least 2 or 3 shirts, it pads you out. You don't have to because you don't have a waist. But it will pad you out, and the shirt will hang a bit more like that, and it will hang to where your ships are. So if you're wearing the shirt on your hips, it will make it hang out to where your hips are and just make you that sort of washboard shape. So that's how I get around it.
Is there anything you can actually do to make them smaller?
Not really. I mean, some people say, oh, you can bind your hips. I wouldn't want to do that. The idea of having something tight around my hips all day isn't something I'd enjoy. And it's also just how you pose as well. It's really easy to hide how big your hips are if you're standing on the side, because then people can only see the side of you. So that's also how I try and hide how big my ass is. It's like, I'm just going to turn my ass away from you guys. I've got a big butt. What can I say?
Yeah.
In terms of makeup, if your intention is to lengthen your face, where should you be focusing?
Sorry?
If your intention is to lengthen your face with makeup, where should you be focusing?
Cheekbones are the absolute killer. They're the cincher in it all. And obviously, for your characters, but you hit the nail on the head. It is about lengthening your face. It is about making it longer. Which is why, not that Kelly struggles, but Kelly's got, like I said, she's got the Disney heart-shaped face. But yeah, I'd say always go for the cheekbones. The cheekbones, I think, are the best, and the nose, because giving yourself those shadows on the sides will give the illusion you've got the longer nose going on. That'd be the place I'd go.